I would always fix these things on the surface level. And so whenever something hard would raise its ugly head, I didn't have any kind of tools to handle it. I'm like, man, I thought I fixed this already, man. But no, I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? And so that's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times. And that's why I always tell people, I'm not a theorist. I didn't study, I didn't study a fucking book. I literally put myself in a fire repeatedly like a sword. You put a sword in the fire repeatedly and repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're going to get a nice sword. And then you keep on beating it. You got to beat the shit out of it. And that's what I am. Yeah. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We got to figure out why you are this pussy. Why are you this pussy, man? What is wrong with you? What's going on here? So I kept on putting the sword back in the daggone fire, and I just beat it harder. And I beat it harder. Before I knew it, I started realizing, all right, man, the brain is starting to get hard. The brain is starting to get hard. I'm no longer a theorist. I'm now a practitioner. I put it in hell. I dissected it while it's in hell, because you can't dissect anything in a normal environment. You can't dissect anything in 72-degree weather. You must put it in the fucking freezer and freeze the fuck out of it. And then you dissect it. Dissect it when it's miserable. Dissect the brain when all it's thinking about is, I need to get out of here, man. I want to get out of the fucking freezer. Open the door. And you said, nah, 5 more seconds, man. 5 more seconds in the freezer. And that's when you start to pick that brain apart. And that's what all this stuff did to me. I kept on putting myself back into the freezer or the fire and beating the shit out of myself, mentally and physically. Before I knew it, this is what happened. For too long in my life, I wanted to be accepted. Growing up, I lied. I did what I could. If you fucking like UFC and I didn't, I love it. I love it, man. Let's go fucking watch it, man. Be my friend. Be my buddy. That fucking weak ass shit. I found out through this path of life, who is David Goggins? Who am I? So going through I did it alone. There was no fucking trophy on the fucking wall on the mantle. That trophy's in my fucking brain. No one helped me get there. No one paid my fucking bills. No one did shit for me. No one ran those fucking miles, lost that fucking weight. I suffered on my own and developed this man who said, it's who I am, man. A very competitive, ultra competitive dude that take it what you want, man.
I call that personal sovereignty.
Exactly.
There's not a lot of people that have that.
That's me.
There's a lot of people that change who they are depending upon what people want from them.
And that's me.
Yeah, that's important, man. And most people struggle their whole life to find out who they are. Struggle their whole life to find out what defines them, what they actually enjoy and what they don't.
You start putting yourself in situations that suck, you'll find yourself.
Yeah.
You'll find it real quick. If you, whatever the hell you're going through, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of pitfalls, a lot of plateaus. You're gonna hit so many fucking plateaus. If you don't know how to get around that plateau, it's not gonna happen fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody wants the hack.
Yeah, everybody wants the hack. There is no hack, man. They have the woe is me mentality. It's too hard. Life isn't fair. These things in life are not easy for me. You look to your left and you look to your right and you start to judge yourself off other people. Like if you're a female, well, she's skinny and she doesn't work out as hard as I do. And everything starts to corrupt your mind. You start to look around too much at other people and what they're doing, and that starts to corrupt your own dialogue. We are judging ourselves against too many fucking people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And that's the one thing I started learning, man. This isn't a race against me and Rich Roll. This is a race against David Goggins and David Goggins alone. And once you can silence all that bullshit, all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow and realizing I'm stressed out for no reason. This is my own little race. This is my own timeline, and this is how I'm going to run it.
I think that so many people are so disconnected from themselves. They're operating on autopilot. They're reacting to their environment that even when given the opportunity to set a goal for themselves, they generally don't set the right goal.
Right.
Because they don't know what the f they're doing. Because they don't even know who they are fundamentally.
That's the big thing, man. And that's why it was important for me to finally realize, stop being all these fake people I used to be, stop being afraid. There was no growth until I cut myself down to nothing, to the person I really was, the real human being. And once I found out who I really was, that's when I started growing.
Being in shape, that's the number one thing. I put it in front of making money. I really do. I think that being in shape gives you an advantage in business. Physical stature on a man when he walks into a room, and his ability, like I said, to look you in the eye, body language, it garners respect, and it, in my opinion, can get you further in business. You could be a very rich guy and walk through the grocery store and nobody would know. You can't say that about fitness. You get to carry that with you everywhere you go. It gives you an advantage.
The worst thing you can do if you have a problem is sit and fucking talk about it all day. Action always wins. Momentum, speed, power, forward, forward, forward. How quickly is it done? The sooner it's done, the sooner it makes money. If it takes 2 days instead of 1 day, that's one extra day we've lost we can never make money during. You want to be a millionaire, do things quickly.
When you're not where you want to be in life, and if you're listening to this and you're just not satisfied with your position in life, it's hard to think that way. All you want is that thing. But you gotta somewhere along the line figure out how to enjoy yourself. Somewhere along the line, figure out how to just go as hard as you can, but also enjoy it. Try to enjoy it, because that changes the whole tone of the experience. And I think that makes you more successful. I really do, because I think you have more energy, you have more focus, and you collect better energy around you from other people. They feel your energy. They're inspired by the way you live your life and how you treat people and what you do and how you do things. And they want to do a similar thing. They want to do something that makes them feel that way. And they want other people to feel that way as well. And it's got the butterfly effect. It just goes through all the people that are around you.
This is what reality is. Hi, I'd like to play the game Life on Earth. Sure, no problem. Let me explain to you how it works. So, this is a free-roaming virtual reality game that you play as first-person perspective. Think of it like Grand Theft Auto, but instead of being behind the character as third-person perspective, you are the character in first-person perspective. Oh, okay, so where's my pad? Oh, no. That's not how it works. So, in a game like GTA, you would move around using the gamepad. In this game, it's not like that. You control everything by thought alone. You just have to think it, and it happens. Wait, so if I want to move my character forward, all I do is think it? Yeah, pretty much. Every part of your character you want to move is done by thinking it. Everything in this game is done by thought. Okay, now I've been told that I can create any life that I want. How do I do that? Again, everything in this game is done by thoughts. Let me put it in a different way. Your thoughts create your reality. Okay, so if I want to create any reality in this game, I can, and the way that I control this game isn't with a pad, it's with my thoughts. Therefore, my thoughts are what I'm using to play this game? Yes. Oh, okay. So how do I start the game? You put this headset on and think yourself in the game. Now you, the you that's here, doesn't go into the game. An extension of you does. You become the higher self to the extension part of you that's in the game. And then you guide your extension part through the game. Okay, I see. But before we start, the extension part of you begins the game being born as a baby and won't remember a thing at all. Won't remember this interaction, won't even know that it's in a game. Now, in order for that part of you to remember what it is and who you are, it will need to wake up from the illusion of the game. And you can guide this part of you to wake up from the illusion of the game and remember and realize how powerful it actually is. Okay, I got this. Let's get started. Put the headset on and think yourself into the game.
All right. You goddamn. Hey, goddamn it, sir! Get out of my face! Huh?
That was crazy. You're in a game, and this is what it means when people say your thoughts create your reality. Now that doesn't mean others haven't affected your reality. It's very understandable that you find it very challenging to change your thoughts. You weren't taught what was actually happening, and the way you get to the place where you can have the life that you want and align with the thoughts that you want is by emotionally healing yourself. The reason why it's so hard to change your thoughts is because you're emotionally wounded, and that's okay. This is how you work. Most of the world are in the same place. Now, I've created an online course that actually teaches you how to emotionally heal yourself. If you're interested in that, the link is in the bio. I also have loads of content on my website and on my YouTube channel that are going to help you on this journey of emotionally healing yourself. You're here to experience life. You're here to experience contrast. Your true happiness is through healing your pain, which requires you having to go through it in a proper way. Now, by simply being in this game of life means that you're worthy to receive anything that you wish, anything that you want. You just have to learn how you work so you can create the life that you want.
What do you think is the 3 habits that keep people poor?
The first habit that keeps people poor is blame. You are 100% accountable for your life, and nobody's coming to save you. If you don't believe that, you'll never create. The other one is the habit of not investing in their skills. I know a lot of people that work hard. They're working hard on the work. They're not working hard on themselves. The third habit, they don't understand money. It's really just
they don't have the knowledge about what money
bad
is.
Habits. They're wasteful. They don't spend. Show me your bank account and I'll show you your money beliefs.
Most of you, your largest enemy on the planet today is yourself. You are the one who is destroying your own prospects because you don't have your own mind under control. Anxiety is self-betrayal. Panic is self-betrayal. Procrastination is self-betrayal. Laziness is self-betrayal. Lacking motivation is self-betrayal. All of these things are self-betrayal. If you believe you can run a marathon, you can run a marathon.
What I've come to realize in the education system is that they teach you how to think like a slave. Scarcity mindset, 9-to-5 employee. You clock in, 2nd grade. What's your dream job? That's what they ask you. What do you mean, what's my dream job?
I'm 5 years old.
What do you mean, what do I want to, like, okay, what are you going to say? An astronaut? You're going to think about the craziest thing because you have dreams and ambitions.
And then they want to crush it.
From the moment you're born, you're put into a system that everything is, I have to bow down to authority, even though I don't know if the authority is right. I can't question the authority. The bell has to go off in order for me to be able to be validated from doing A to B, from B to C. All of this is programming. And from the ages 0 to 7, it's called the theta state. And it's the years of programming. That's when they want to get you, because that's going to determine a lot of how you're going to live the rest of your life. So it's all this deep programming that people need to start being aware of and snapping out of this and glitching out of the matrix.
When you decide to become yourself, you become lonely.
Right.
Because everyone around you wants you to be like them, or they want you to be them. So when you discover that you are unique, you are special, you are important, and you decide to become who you are and achieve what you were dreaming, loneliness is the result. And I say this many times, and in my books I write about this, that every true vision only has one believer first.
There's 1,000 people trying to do exactly what you're trying to do. And after 3 years, that 1,000 goes down to 100 because everybody quits, okay? And now you're competing against 100. And then 3 more years go by, and out of that 100, there's 20, okay? So now 6 years in, out of 1,000 people, there's only 20 left. And then 3 more years out of that 20, there's 10. This is how it works. It's persistence. It's fortitude. It's grit. It's persevering the hard times. It's pushing through the times when everybody else quits. It's pushing through those times that produce the greatness that everybody searches to have. And then when you become great at that craft and everybody else has quit, you feel super fulfilled because you're confident. You know what you're doing. You've been doing it for 12 years and everybody else quit. And then you're way ahead of the 1,000 people who are starting this year, the same path you're on. So those people are easy money for you. You just beat their asses. This is how the game works.